What's going on, y'all, and welcome on in. As I'm recording this, in about 30 minutes, Luna will be going live, but depending on how I decide to title this video, it might be something like, don't pull for Luna, ... yet, because on this table, guys, there will be 2 limited units coming out very soon. Luna, as of 30 minutes, like I mentioned, and Landy next week. So I mentioned this in my patch overview video on my suggestions on, how we should go about summoning. I'm going to cover that in a little more detail in today's video, because I just think Landy right now, guys, especially if you plan to play a little bit of PvP, I'll cover potential builds, things like that, but mostly it's a summon guide video, and I just got to talk about the importance of Landy, especially if you want to be playing a lot of PvP. Not to say Luna is no slouch, guys. Post buff, she's amazing. The best thing is both of these units are amazing PvE and PvP, but Landy, especially for like real-time arena, is kind of just on another level for all units, not just limiteds, not just recent units, just in general. Landy is one of the most powerful units. So we'll cover the 2, how I think you should go about summoning, and then there's a few other seats at the table, boys, we need to talk about, because there's other limiteds that I think are coming right around the corner. So I will also talk about imprint situations and things like that, okay? All right, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and just talk real loosely about Luna and Landy. Very briefly, okay? What did I mean by wait to pull for Luna until you pull for Landy? Well, in my honest opinion, guys, Landy is a must-have for every single account. Even if you're not a huge PvP player, she just does so much for expeditions, you can use her in raids as long as we don't fight too many fire units. Her kit is just one of the best post-buff. She's versatile in terms of builds. You don't need to run speed set. You don't even need to run immunity sometimes. It is preferable for PvP, but for PvE, we can run anything really. For PvP, we can do counter sets, we can do lifesteal sets, speed sets, of course. Artifact wise, Guiding Light is always good, but in case you missed that, you can run Bloodstone, you can run Proof of Valor, you can even run her own artifact, Wall of Order. She's just very versatile in terms of what she brings to the table, and she's so good because of the buffs she provides, the amount of damage she can put out. It's just altogether, the kit is so broken. There's no other unit like her. I think she's a must-have and a must-pull, and I think most of y'all agree with me. So coming into this video, I think y'all are all ready to pull for her, okay? So the reason I said wait on Luna, who I mentioned is one of my all-time favorite units, no disrespect to her, but I think just wait 1 week, unless you know you have 2 pities ready, guys, which means a combination of 22,000 Sky Stones, or of course, what is it, 1,210 bookmarks. Unless you have that much ready, just go ahead and wait. Luna and Landy banners will overlap, I believe, so you can wait a week, pull for Landy, and then with any extra bookmarks, go in for Luna. One thing I do want to cover, though, real fast on Luna is her artifact, the Draco plate, I think. Definitely, guys, if you can with powder, make sure you pick up 1, okay? At least. Well, you can only pick up 1 with powder, but in case you summon Luna as well. Any extras is always good. This is just a very, very strong warrior artifact. Probably top 2 in my opinion along Sigurd's Scythe. Make sure you get 1, otherwise you'll regret it, because it is a limited artifact. And you can buy 1 with powder. Now, some people might mention that the fact that a lot of players got 1 for free, that was on the very first run because Luna used to be run with Uberius Tooth, but that's no longer the case. Now I believe, just like her last rerun, you don't get a Draco plate for free from the story. Just in case you hear about that, guys, you will have to get this either through summoning or via powder, most likely. Just make sure you pick it up. Yo, guys, pardon the interruption. How does a $50 giveaway for you guys, my YouTube audience, sound? Because this video is sponsored by, you know them, you love them, Lootcakes. Come along with me, guys, over to the Lootcakes section, and let me tell you all about them and why you need to be joining right now, not just for the $50 giveaway. So what is Lootcakes, you might be asking? Lootcakes allows gamers to share their purchasing data from free-to-play games like the ones you see here below, some of my favorites, in exchange for digital gift card rewards. Whenever someone makes an in-game purchase, they receive an email receipt, and Lootcakes enables gamers to share that data by linking their Gmail accounts when they receive these purchase receipts. One more thing real fast, guys, make sure y'all get in the Alliance as well, especially my free-to-play watchers. Now, if you are spending, regardless, guys, sign up, get in the giveaway, do all that, support the channel, but even my free-to-plays, I have 302 of y'all in the first Alliance. We already made a second Alliance, so search up Baka Cakes 2. Right, I'll put it on the screen. Get in the Alliance. That means even as a free-to-play, whenever I spend or any of these other 300 members spend in the Alliance, you get a little bit of a kickback as well, and you help support the channel, okay? So, Lootcakes will be giving a $50 giveaway, like I mentioned, on October 15th. All you got to do is use the sign-up link. I'll put it in the description below. If you want to go a little bit further, join the Alliance, and you'll be able to earn even more points, even if you don't spend. But remember, my spenders, get in there with me. And other than that, man, we've been with Lootcakes forever. We love them. We support them. They support us. Join up. Help me out. And let's start earning some free gift card, free points together, all right? Big shout out to Lootcakes. Let's get on with the video. But let's talk Luna real fast before we dig a little deeper on Landy. Luna is post-buff a very, very solid unit, okay? Single target queen. We can use her in a lot of abyss floors if we're doing PvE. One of the best expedition units, guys. I just threw on some free attack gear on her. Gave her this artifact I bought a long time ago through Guild Wars, and she absolutely cleaves through the fire expedition. One of the best DPS units you can use there. Now, if we talk about an RTA, oh my god, boys, especially if you are a more aggressive player. You might have heard this in my Luna video. I think her best build by far is running a hyper-aggressive Luna. A lot of people like to use, for example, Rem's artifact, but almost anything will work. The new, what is it, Gluttonous, something Gluttony, the one from Euphine. Any single target kind of effect that gives you more damage, very, very good. This one, just keep in mind, guys, you can drop a lot of crit because we get the self-inherent Luna S2 crit plus another 15, and then, of course, when we land that kill, we are guaranteed to go first. So just a hyper-aggressive... Is it Merciless Glen? Let me know in the comments, guys. I apologize. I think I sold mine on accident. Merciless Glen, or like Azure Comet, a hyper-aggressive artifact. You can even do Portrait or Tonfa, guys, if you got nothing else. Symbol of Unity. But just play aggressive. Grab the artifact that gives you an extra turn upon a kill on the skill 3, and then you just go to town. The multipliers are insane, boys. You will knock something out, soul burn into another unit, and oftentimes kill that too. I lost a few matches on my climb up to Emperor. To Lunas like that by disrespecting. I realized quickly I need an answer or I need a banner, because she will kill 2 units if they take out your mitigation, right? All my opponent did was ban my my Crow, my Fallen Cecilia or Crimson Armin, and then Luna just free reign to destroy 2 units straight off the bat. So amazing PvP unit, guys. You could even use her on counter set if you wanted. And I like running a counter Luna. It's just, I mentioned this before, in a world with Rem in it, she kind of does the job a little bit better if we're talking Ice Bruiser on counter set, okay? But overall, Luna is very good. The only reason I ever say to hold off just for a second if you don't have 2 pities ready is because of this lady right here. Oh, not Landy. All right. So I talked briefly earlier about, you know, versatile builds, different stuff. We can run counter sets. We can run lifesteal sets. And guys, I don't mean like any unit can work on anything. I mean, she is so good. I've seen legend players run her. We've done so many counter reviews. We've seen bloodstones. We've seen counter builds. We've seen lifesteal builds. Although lifesteal might be a little bit... That one I'm not 100% sure on. I know bloodstone plus counter set though, very, very good. Some people will build her even just tankier than this. You could even drop a little bit of health and defense if you're a more aggressive player and go all attack and crit damage. But for the most part, boys, just on a build for Landy, you shoot for anywhere from like 190, 200 plus speed. Defense and health, I would say try for 1300 defense, and then anywhere from 13k to 15k plus health. Remember, in this new era of RTA, a lot of times until you're decided on what to do yet, and I might make some RTA beginner guys like drafts and stuff because I've been playing a lot more seriously this season. A lot of times in the beginning, guys, until you establish what you want to do, build your units with a little bit of bulk. This goes for all your damage units. Seaside Bologna, Landy, Spectre Tenebria. That's kind of the trend lately. We need to have some health and defense unless we are full on first turn cleaving, which I'm sure y'all might have heard. Cleave, it's in a questionable spot. We'll see what happens with the release of Bellion. But that's not what this video is about. Just give her some attack, give her enough bulk to survive, and all y'all pulling next week, keep farming that Wyvern, or if you're already farming Banshee, you can try out the counter builds. Just give her some bulk, give her some damage. She wants everything, but it's not that hard to achieve, boys, I promise. I'll go and show my stat line. A lot of people ask what stats I'm using. Remember, though, quick pro tip. Do not worry about the main stats. Sometimes, like, it's always more efficient to go for, like, speed boots, for example, boys. But overall, we want to go for overall stats. So if you have an attack boots and all the rest of your gear is just godlike but has a lot of speed subs, that could work out, okay? Crit chance next can work out too. They're actually preferable, but you need a lot of crit damage on your other pieces. Just an example, if you had a lot of attack percent on other pieces, or maybe you had a health percent ring with a ton of attack percent subs, you could do that as well. Just make sure the overall unit, right? Around 180, 190, 200 plus speed. I mentioned the defense and health thresholds that you kind of want to aim for, at least in the beginning. And then I would say, you know, at least 3,300, 3,400 attack, 250 plus crit damage, 95% plus crit chance, okay? I might write something quick on the screen, but don't worry, guys. Landy will work as long as she has all those kind of near each other. She'll work just fine, I promise. And then you can fine-tune it to how you like it, either behind an attack unit. Maybe you want to go the more tanky counter build. We can discuss that more in detail in a future video. But this is just to get off the ground running because she's coming out next week. Make sure you pull her first. Now, real fast, boys, let's go and talk about imprint situation. All right? A lot of people have been asking me already on the Twitch live streams, which you need to come join us, guys. Car, I have a lot of bookmarks. Should I go for any imprints? Here's the deal. I'm going to be going for one imprint, and sit tight because I'm going to tell y'all about a few other units that I need y'all to be aware of before we even consider imprints. But I think getting imprints for Landy is very, very nice, okay? Not only if you are a serious RTA player and you get a lot of imprints later on. I know it might seem weird, guys, to have effectors, but I promise if you plan to play RTA seriously, this is actually a very nice one. Effectors can be very good, especially if we stack with units like Maid Chloe or Crimson Armin. Effectors is an imprint. A lot of times, people don't build too much effectors on their carrot. If you stack a few different sources from Auto Staff as well, and then the team imprint too, it won't work for Landy, but for other units, you can start using, you can take advantage of this, and a lot of people get caught off guard. Now, if we just talk about the attack imprint, obviously very good, right? Landy has a ton of, she scales so well with attack. All her passives give her attack. She does AoE damage. She does probably the most damage in the game, given, you know, she's popping off with her skill 3s. The opponent has buffs, etc. But the thing is, I would say, guys, if you wanted an imprint, the first one is always the most value. As you can see here, the first imprint gives a 6% attack. The next one only gives 9. So we went, it's pretty much double. You get double the value on your first imprint. So if you really wanted one, guys, and you think you want to use Landy a lot, go for one imprint. That's what I'm going to be doing here. I may go for more, but that's only because I have a lot of units in the game. In my opinion, though, guys, don't think about imprints just yet, because unless you are able to whale a little bit or spend a little bit, there's other units we got to talk about. Real fast for Luna, I don't think you pull... guys, don't go for any Luna imprints. Hers is also attack. Luna doesn't really need it, I don't think. And Landy is a more all-rounder unit. So if you were going to go for imprints, I would prefer Landy imprints. I just triple S Luna because she's obviously, right? We love Luna around here. But the reason I say, guys, maybe don't go for imprints, especially as a free-to-play, is because we have units coming out. I'll go and reveal them right now. Cerise, Fairytale Tenebria, and Diene. Let's talk about the three real fast. 3 ice units we need to talk about very briefly, okay? Starting with Diene, I think she will be the next one, either her or Fairytale Tenebria, probably by the end of the year. Maybe both of them at the similar time like Landy Luna. I'm not sure Smilegate's release schedule. Just know, boys, these are coming out sooner than later. Within the next, like, I expect Diene and Fairytale within the next 2 months, 3 months. And then Cerise probably early next year, because that's how they came out last year. Diene is the easiest one. We could consider skipping only, guys, if you have Amelia. And that's simply because Amelia is probably overall, at least for PvP, a better Soul Weaver. The CR push, the fact that she also gives attack up, the faster cycling, means Diene kind of got outplaced a little bit. Now, listen up, guys. Diene is still an amazing unit. I think you should still take her. And if you don't have Amelia, you definitely need to pick up a Diene. But out of all the units we're going to talk about today, if you did have Amelia, Diene would probably be the one you could pass on if needed. All right. Cerise, I think, is insanely good. Very good for expeditions. Very good in some abyss floors. Very, very good in PvP. But you need to kind of have a little bit more speed gear. Like, I'm not even running that fast, but I don't speed contest with her. I just use her as a debuffer when my opponent picks too many fire units, right? A lot of times I'll pick Landy. They pick too many fire units. I have the Cerise ready. She's very good. She's very unique in what she does. One of the best, like, debuffers. Not really as much a cleaver nowadays, but people still do cleave with her, I think. And since no one else can really do what she does, I think everyone should try to get at least one Cerise. And the fact that she's also usable in PvE, very, very good. So start saving these bookmarks, guys. All these will be coming out fairly soon. Last but not least, what about Cerise, Diene, oh, Fairytale Tenebria. Now, this one's a little bit more interesting too, guys. Just like Diene, a lot of people are opting to use an equivalent or a kind of power-crept version of her would be Angel of Light Angelica. Now, if you didn't get Angel of Light Angelica and you want to play PvP, this is one that's strictly a PvP unit. Fairytale Tenebria is very, very good still. If your opponent does not have an answer ready for her, she takes over the match, unless you get 15%ed like crazy, but don't worry about that. We play the numbers. She will, you know, pull off some crazy stuff. If your opponent doesn't have an answer ready, she takes over the match, and it's pretty much done from there. She's a very good unit, especially if you don't have Angel of Light Angelica. I think you need to pick one up if you are a PvPer. If you're a purely PvE, still try to get one of every limited, guys. You never know if you want to pick up PvP later, or if, you know, you never know if they get adjusted or something, or Abyss floors come out, Auto Tower floors come out, Hollow Trial floors come out that might, you know, make use of her. Typically, though, she's really just a PvP unit, unlike the other ones we talked about, okay? So, overall, I'm not really covering the Diene, Fairytale Tenebria, Cerise. Just understand those 3 limiteds will be coming out fairly soon. But right now, this video was primarily aimed at Landy Luna. Guys, please just leave me any comments. Also, a lot of y'all been reaching out to me on Discord. I try to answer when I can. And talk to me in the live streams as well, boys. Twitch.tv/car6. A lot of y'all been reaching out to me there as well. I apologize if I wasn't able to get some comments here and there. But yeah, let's just talk. If you have any future questions on these limiteds, I'm here to help y'all, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Good luck on your summons, boys. Peace out.